You are listening to Money Making Mothers with Carla Edwards, where we discuss the highs and lows of being a working parent, how to master the art of spinning plates, and remind ourselves that just because you became a mother does not mean your dreams no longer exist. You can have it all.
Hi everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Money Making Mothers, where I'm joined by the incredible Becca Hunton, who works in the bridal industry doing hair and makeup, as well as running an online company with health and wellness. Now, her episode is about making sure you are making the right decisions for you. Not just about business, but making sure you are happy as a person in the decisions you're making to not only grow your business, but grow yourself as well. I hope you all can take something from this.
Hi, so I'm Becca and I'm mum to Indy, who is, I don't know, how old is she? She's 20 months. Lost track of time. Yeah, she's 20 months, and then I've got another one on the way in July. So yeah, Indy will be 2 in June, and then I'll have a little newborn as well. But yeah, it's the best thing ever being a mum, isn't it? It's so good. But I also have a hair and makeup business that's in the bridal industry, and then I also have like an online business all to do with health and wellness as well. So yeah, it's amazing having your own business and being a mum, and I'm finally getting to grips with juggling it all.
So yeah. Tell me, I knew you did the bridal. Is it hair and makeup that you do? Bridal.
Yeah.
Makeup. So you do the hair and makeup for the bride, and then tell me about the wellness, because I love all that. What's that? What do you do?
This is like it's my next passion. Basically, I've always been into health and wellness and mindset and positive thinking, and which helps me with my hair and makeup as well. So yeah, the health and wellness, it's like it's called Arbonne, and it's skincare, makeup, nutrition. Like I'm an absolute addict. I use it all, and have done for years. And it's all cruelty-free, vegan, sustainable. They're a B Corporation, so they're good for the planet. And this is just like everything that I'm about, basically. Yes. It's just like tick. Yeah, this is just like everything that I'm about. There's no toxins, like all the baby stuff that you just know when you're using it on your baby, there is nothing bad going on to their skin. And I used it years ago, but then kind of got back into it when I was pregnant, because I don't know, when I was pregnant, I was really conscious about like what was going in my body and like what I was putting on it. And you just want to be the best you can be, don't you? And like nothing harmful going near.
I don't know, like all three of mine come out with garlic breath, so I can't get on that bandwagon. I am far more like for breakfast, dinner and tea. So
yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong, there's been like when I was feeling really crappy, I was craving like a McDonald's burger or something, and I never eat there. And Liam was like, my boyfriend was like, what, you never eat that? I was like, no, I think I just need something like that, or chocolate's my downfall. Definitely, I could just eat chocolate all day, every day. I have to stop myself.
How's it all in terms of obviously with the bridal side of things? What's happened? Obviously, I know COVID's probably put a big stop to that, but how is it running now? Like, have you managed to keep it afloat and everything?
Yeah, I've met like just, oh my God, I think this has just been, definitely been my most testing, emotional time, definitely. But yeah, I've managed to keep it all going. Obviously, it was devastating when everyone was cancelling. And you know what? Like, when we first heard about COVID, I'd said to my boyfriend, in fact, I was crying because I was having a bit of an emotional. And I went, oh my God, I think all my COVID's going to come here and all my weddings are going to cancel. And he was like, Becca, like, I've never known anyone worry like you do. It was like your imagination runs wild. And then it happened, and I was like, who was wrong? Who was right? But yeah, we've managed to stay afloat, and it's been stressful for everybody, hasn't it? It's not just like it's been awful when the brides are ringing me and having to like cancel like 2 or 3 times. It's just heartbreaking for them, and it's just like I cried, they cried.
Oh, it's
We're all in tears.
It's absolutely horrible the way it's panned out, but hopefully it's going to start getting a little bit. Have you been taking like bookings and things now, where people starting to be a bit more positive?
Yeah, like I feel more positive about it. At one point I was like, my diary's empty, like, oh my god, there's no one's getting in touch. But yeah, as soon as that other announcement came, appointments are coming in now. Obviously I'm still gonna have a bit of a quieter year because I'm due to have a baby in July, right in wedding season.
So have you always been self-employed then?
No. Well, first of all, I've been self-employed for 7 years. But before that, I worked for Tony and Guy and worked for them like up here in Northallerton. Then I worked for them in like Hertfordshire and Brighton. And then before that, I just worked in other salons. How I got into bridal first was I lived in Ibiza, and I ended up working with this company who did weddings all around the island. And before that, I didn't realize how much I liked bridal, to be honest. And yeah, it was amazing. Like, we went to absolutely gorgeous, really expensive hotels and venues and got all the brides ready for their Ibiza wedding. And
I could think of worse things to be doing.
Oh yeah, so good. It was so good. And then when I came back, I started working for Tony and Guy, and I really loved working for them because there was really good opportunities, and got to work at like London Fashion Week, and which was always like being on my vision board like since I was like little. And stuff like that. So it was good, but then it was time to just, when it's just time to move on.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to have my own business and everything. And like, yeah, bridal, I was always the person in the salon who did all the hair ups and stuff. And everyone was like, you need to do bridal, you need to do bridal. And then I just was like, you know what, I'm just going to just go for it and do it.
So is that when you literally you just started? There was no like push or change. It was just, I'm just going to do this.
Yeah, I just went into work one day and just handed my notice in, to be honest. Just handed my notice in. I was just like, when you just think, I need to change what I'm doing, otherwise I'm going to just be doing the same thing in 5 years' time and going, oh, I never changed it. So yeah, I just jumped in and just was like, right, I'm going to do this, and just got involved with everything, like wedding shows, wedding fairs, wedding magazines, which that again was like on the vision board. I always used to think I want to work on photo shoots and magazines and stuff, and yeah, I've ended up doing it with within the bridal industry. So it's been amazing. It's been so good.
It's so nice doing that though, like getting brides ready for the big day.
Oh, you know what? It's like, it's one of the best feelings, because like obviously you meet them before the run up, and like I'm speaking to them on the phone and stuff, and it's just that exciting, and like I'm just making them feel like the best they've ever felt and the most confident, and just it's really, really nice, and it's just a really good atmosphere, and you get to see loads of nice dresses and venues, and just it's amazing. I love it.
What's been the best venue you've ever been to?
Oh, this is really hard. In Ibiza, it was at Zara. That is gorgeous. That's such a gorgeous place. But in this country, there's a few. Wharfdale Grange is a really nice one. That's a fairly new one.
Where's that?
It's near Harrogate. Where else? There's Honington Manor's really nice as well. That's a really nice. It's very like, they're both quite like rustic.
Yeah.
Kind of feel to them.
My friend's a wedding was postponed, bless her, and then they changed the day, changed everything, and then they've emailed and said, unfortunately, we've had to close our doors now because of COVID. The company's actually stopped doing the weddings.
Oh no!
So now she's gone from postponing the wedding to organising everything else, and then now the venue's not there. So now she's on the hunt for another venue. So
Oh,
Having
that's
them ones on.
oh, Le Petit Chateau in Northumberland.
Yeah, that one's gorgeous as well. My
That
cousin
one's
got
really
married there. It's really nice. What has it been like trying to have it? Because you obviously have had indie after you went self-employed. So what was it like?
Yeah.
I'm a mum, working, being self-employed. Obviously, if you don't work, you don't get paid. How did you handle that?
You know what? I had a bit of a meltdown. I was because before I had indie, I'd work. I'd burn out quite a lot, to be honest. And sometimes I was just like, oh my God, I knew things had to change. And you know what? Indie's definitely the reason why I've changed. Like she's the reason. And like I went into labour when I was doing someone's hair, not a wedding, but when I was doing someone's hair. And 3 weeks earlier, I think purely just because I was so stressed and I was so burnt out and I'd packed loads of work in. But then obviously then I had it. And I think when beforehand, I don't think I'd quite comprehended that I wasn't going to work like I was anymore, because obviously I've got a little baby to look after. And I went back to doing weddings. She was 3 weeks early, but I started doing weddings when she was 7 weeks. And I wouldn't want to do that again. I'm definitely not doing that with this one, because it's just you need your time to recover, don't you? And I think that was like the big like eye-opening thing for me. I was just like, right. And it made me realise that I was always like trading time for money. And if I missed out on my last wedding, I had to ring her and say like, I'm in labour, like, and she was absolutely fine. But I did feel really bad. And it was just, yeah, if I'm not able to work, if I'm not well enough or having a baby, I'm not there. I'm not there to earn the money or like provide the service. So yeah. And then obviously when she came, I thought I'd be all right with going back to work so quick, but I wasn't. I was just like, oh, I don't want to do this. I want to spend time with her and look after her. And like, and being self-employed, you don't get your year off.
Yeah.
And it's like you've always got that pressure of thinking, oh well, yeah, I do need to go to work and all of this. Like, so then that's when my health and wellness business came into play, because I'd been thinking about it for years, actually, like absolutely ages, and I'd been using all the products. But then that's when it really hit home that I was like, right, I can still do weddings, but then I've also got something that I can run from my phone while I'm looking after a baby, while I'm spending time with her. I'm not having to give her to somebody else to look after. And yeah, I can still be a mum and I can still run a business. And then I can still run my hair and makeup business in the background for when I'm ready to go back. So yeah, I think since Indy's been born, I've completely changed. Completely.
Has your perspective on everything changed?
Yeah, definitely. I think before I used to think, I definitely thought success was just being busy all the time, when actually success is being able to work when you want, pick and choose, and have like that time of flexibility to do things that you love, like spend time with your family. And I knew that I wanted to have another one as well. And well, I might have more. I don't know.
By the way, for anyone listening, obviously I can see, but the noise is the bracelets. I was thinking for the first 5 minutes saying, what is that noise?
I always have loads of jewelry on.
I've just realised that it's your bracelets. So if you want to be thinking, what's going on? She sounds like she's in chains. But no, she's not chained. She's free. She's just got very big bangles on. Is it more than one? I can't see.
I always have loads of like silver jewelry on. I'm always covered in it.
So have you ever thought about taking anyone else on then?
Yeah, I have actually. And that is something that I've been kind of, this has been like in my mind this is another thing that's been on the back burner really. But well, I'm going to put it out there. It's going to happen. Of having more of like an agency.
Yeah.
So obviously I've put all the hard work and effort in of promoting my hair and makeup business. So I'm getting lots of inquiries, but obviously I don't want to do like 80 to 100 weddings in a year. So if I have other people who are on my team that I can be like, well, yeah, you could do that one, you could do that one. That would, it would ease the workload for me, definitely, and not have to turn anyone away either.
Yeah, and still, like you just said there, be able to pick and choose when you work and how you work. So it's, there's the upsides of being self-employed is you get to choose. The downside is it's trying to make the choice, because you're choosing between the next step of success, the next pay. If you don't work, you're not going to bring anything in, but at the same time you want to spend time. So it's about getting a balance, isn't it? And making sure, like I've said a few times I think everybody feels that way when not even when they first start out. Obviously for you, when you've had a baby after you've started, it's so hard to discipline yourself to say no.
Really hard. And that's been something that I've really learned through personal development of like the past year. That and I realised the other day I had an inquiry, and it was when the new baby will be born. Well, it'll be 6 months, and she was like, "Oh, I want to book you for the full day package," and like, because sometimes I'll do a full day rather than just get them ready in the morning. And I just went, "Oh, I'm really sorry, but I won't be able to do that because I'll have a 6-month-old baby by then. So I'll have to get back." And like the old me would have just gone, yeah, I'll do it. And then I would have fretted about it afterwards and gone, oh, I'm going to be away for too long and all of this. So I think it's, you need to learn to set boundaries for yourself.
It is hard, that though. I struggle myself with it. I really do, because you want, obviously, you want it to do well. You want everything to work. The reason you're doing it is for your family, but you also want to spend time with your family. And it's like having that constant battle in your own head of, right, should I do this or shouldn't I do this? No, I'm going to do this. The biggest thing I learned was it makes no fucking difference, if we're being totally honest, whether you answer someone back on a Friday or you answer them back on a Monday. I was obsessed with making sure that everything was done there and then straight away.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. And then you think, do you know, if I turn my phone off for 2 days, what's the worst that's going to happen? Nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine. Like, nothing detrimental is going to occur. Like, I'd go away on holiday and I'd be on my phone all the time, because my phone's my work. That's all. Everything I do is on my phone.
Yeah.
So it's so easy, to go back to it, because it's just there all the time.
Oh, I would be terrible until we went. It was about 4 years ago. We went to Burning Man Festival in America. So obviously we were in the middle of the desert for 7 days, no phones, because couldn't charge them up or anything. And beforehand, I was a bit like, and we were going away for nearly 3 weeks, and I was a bit like, oh, I'm going to be off work for 3 weeks. That's no money, and then my phone's going to be off. Like, what if I miss appointments and stuff like that? This was all that was going through my mind. And then afterwards, I felt so good for not having like a digital detox, and I didn't miss out on anything. It was fine. Everything was fine.
I know. It's just training your brain to know that, isn't it? Because when it's like a baby. It's like when you have a business, it's your own. It is like a baby, because you feel like if you neglect it, it's not going to grow. It's not going to do what it should do.
Yeah.
So it is hard, but it's like you say, it's about balance. So in terms of everything that you've achieved so far, what would you say would be the hardest point that you've been in so far?
Probably when I had Indy. That was like, because I just had to change my mindset, and it's been the most kind of positive turning point, but then it was also the most difficult to get my head around as well, because like I said, I was used to working so much, and then obviously I couldn't, and it was, that transition was really like, oh, I don't know what to do. And then obviously, like most people this past year, like it's been, I think we've all had to, you've just had to keep as positive as possible, and either just kind of like pivot and diversify, or just keep going and stay positive. But you get through it, don't you? You always do. You've got a positive mindset.
Do. It's just it's keeping yourself. Not everyone can stay positive all the time. It's impossible.
Well, no, it's impossible.
Thinks, I cannot do this anymore. Like, you have to really try it. Like, but before I understood how the like positive mindset works. I was like, right, if I just say it's going to be all right, it's going to be all right. But it's not, because if you're not actually
Yeah.
like grounding yourself and keeping yourself on that wavelength of this is okay, it's all right, it's okay to feel like this, everything just goes to shit anyway, because you're not actually you're not acting on what you're saying. You're just saying it. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's been, I think having Indy, even though it was like it's been the best time, had been the hardest time.
Are you worrying about having labour now then with COVID? Because obviously it'll be very
I have been a bit. Yeah, I have been a little bit, and but I've been last time I was like, right, I'm going to do hypnobirthing and everything, and then I was too busy, like, because I was busy working all the time, and then I never got around to doing it. But I've been speaking over Zoom, having this kind of like training with this woman who she's just been doing guided meditations about the birth, and like visualizing what you want the birth to be like, and then I'm going to do hypnobirthing as well. So yeah, well, hopefully it's going to be better.
It'll be better. Tell me what happened last time. What was so bad about last time?
The fact that my waters went as I was doing someone's hair and I was doing and luckily like I know her quite well, and I just went, oh, I keep feeling like I need a wee all the time, and she was pregnant as well, and she went, do you? And I went, yeah. And then I went to the toilet, and then I went, Lauren, I feel like I need a wee again. And she went, I think your waters have gone. I was like, no, it's fine. I was like, I'll just carry on doing your hair. And then it was her that rung the midwife, because obviously she was pregnant, so she knew the number, and she just put the phone to me and went, Becca, just speak to them, and then spoke to them, and she was like, yeah, I think it's happening. And I went, oh my God, I'm not ready. I was like, and I panicked. I just said, I'm not ready. I'm doing someone's hair, and I haven't cleaned my car. That's what I said. And then so I went down. Actually, the girl who I was with, her mum lived next door, so she came in the car with me, because I was driving myself there, and then rung my boyfriend and got there, and then they were like, yep, she's coming. And then I was like, oh my God, I've got a wedding in like 3 days. And so then I was hooked up to these machines, like monitor things, and I'm like on the phone to a bride and sorting out a refund, and I was ringing round people while I was having contractions, like other hairdressers that I knew, and they were like, Becca, are you having contractions now? And I went, yeah. Oh, it sounds like a comedy sketch now.
I was just about to say, literally sounds like a comedy show.
Yeah, it was a little bit stressful, but
just a tad, just a little bit.
Just wouldn't want to repeat that, really. So yeah, I'm finishing work in good time this time.
So hence why you're now hypnobirthing.
Yes, well, I'm hypnobirthing, and I didn't do any. I think I just went into it just blind. Well, I think you probably do with your first one, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm not even going to go into mine. Mine was just ridiculous. Like start to finish 3 hours. Like it was just everyone was looking at me going, you're not in labour. You're not in labour. The midwife was coming in, and my mum and my midwife was rolling their eyes at each other, going, dramatic. And then I was like, literally, shoot me now. If this is going to get worse, shoot me. And my mum was like, Carla, you're being over the top. I was like, no, you need to shoot me. Get a gun and shoot me. And she was like, right, okay. And she said, please, will you just check her, because she's adamant that she's dying. Like, can you just make sure? And they checked me, and then my mum had been casually sat eating Maltesers, and my grandma was reading a magazine, like literally just rolling their eyes like this.
Yeah.
And she was like, hey, God, the head's there. And I was like, I told you. The Maltesers went up in the air. I'll never forget it, the way I was laid, and the Maltesers just went flying. I was thinking, what a waste of Maltesers. I was fuming. And yeah, he was born in his waters, like just born.
Oh, that happened to my sister.
Yeah,
because
didn't believe me.
Yeah.
So
that was like her.
I have fast labours listen to me, I have fast labours, so because they're just, when it's so, especially with your first, like yours, how long was yours?
32 hours.
Okay, yeah. Move on.
She still didn't come out. I had to go to theatre. So yeah, I don't know how long she would have
That's
stayed.
all. Bless you. As if you had to go to theatre after 32 hours.
Mm.
Oh no.
Yeah, at that point I was like, just do anything, just get her out. In fact, I was saying that. I was like, just get her out.
Yeah,
just get her out.
Just remove her, please.
Oh,
how have you found then juggling everything, like juggling and keeping on top of everything with the baby? Like, how do you work around it?
At first I did struggle with this because, like I said, like with mindset and everything, it was just such a change. But now I think now it's like when it's nap time, or when you've got like a little block of time, oh my God, I'm so much more productive than what I was before. I think like before children, I would just say I had 2 hours or even all day. Like I get what I would get done in a day, I can now get done in like an hour.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, right, boom, sit down, get stuff done, because you know she's going to wake up soon. So then you're back to like being mum, and yeah, I can't get on and do stuff well. And as well, you don't want to, because you want to be present with them, and when you're doing that, and then present doing work. So yeah, keep it separate. So yeah, it's like as soon as she goes to sleep, it's like go, right, done.
It's so true that though, like before you have kids, you do one thing and be like, I'm tired, I've done enough today. I've done enough.
I just funny around, like just go the long way about doing things. Whereas now it's like, right, we need to do this as fast as possible, get this done.
Yeah, we do not have time to mess about here, just get on with it.
Yeah.
Do you have like a support, like, so if you are doing weddings and things, like who'll help?
So my mum. So usually before I go and stay at their house the night before the wedding, because obviously it's really early mornings, and my mum looks after her, and then she's usually still asleep when I go off to do a wedding. So yes, I'm really lucky there, because if I didn't have someone who could look after her, from like some weddings I get up at 4:30 in the morning or 5 or something like that. So I'm lucky that I can just go and I've got someone and I know that she's okay. So yeah.
And will it be the same when you have the other one as well? Do you know what you're having? Do you know if you're having a girl?
I'm having a boy.
Oh yeah. Oh, perfect one of these.
Yeah. So yeah, it's I've got my mum next time as well. But the thing is as well, now I've got my online business as well. I've cut down on how many weddings I'm doing, and I'm not traveling all over the country like I was before. I'm kind of, since I've said to myself, right, I just want to keep it local. Like, I don't want to do those getting up majorly early get ups anymore. They seem to have all just been coming to me, like all the local weddings have just.
Where's the furthest you've been, like, in the UK?
Where do I go? I used to go up to Northumberland quite a lot, London. Where else? My mind's gone blank. Probably London's the furthest. And then I had to London. I'd get the train to London, but yeah. And then obviously I was in Ibiza, but that was pre-children and I lived there, so I didn't have to travel.
Yeah, that would have been glam, that though. Ibiza weddings always look so nice. They're just
it was so good.
Picturesque completely. So if you could, where do you see yourself and what you're going to be doing in terms of business in the next 5 years, and what would you love your children to learn from you?
So in 5 years' time, I've been working so much on like my vision just lately. So in 5 years' time, I want to have expanded my online business, have a team there, and then also, like I said, with having the agency, I won't be doing as many weddings like myself personally, because I don't want to be away from my family all the time, and I just want to have a bit more flexibility and freedom and time, basically. I think that's been one big thing. It's like success is not just wealth and everything, it's time, isn't it?
Yeah.
And health.
Health, yeah.
Yeah, health as well, definitely. So in terms of what I want to and him to learn from me is that if you put the effort in, you can achieve whatever you want, and just be grateful for what you have, and speak to yourself nicely as well. Like, just like, yeah, be kind to yourself. Don't burn out like I did all the time. And have fun and enjoy what you do. Like, that's the most important thing. Having fun and enjoying
it. Speaking kindly of yourself's really important. I think trying to do that from a young age is like my boys, I've noticed, have like said, you know, like they'll say things like, you'll say, "Oh, you're gorgeous," and he goes, "I'm not." And you're like, why aren't you? Like, I'm telling you, you are. Like, you are. Like,
yeah, you've got to, like, it's, yeah, I've been reading about this, like, just be in receiving mode. Just just accept the compliment. Don't just go, "Oh, no." And it's the same, it's like, if you tell yourself you're rubbish all the time, then, like, I used to be reading about this, I think, "Oh God, I can't do that. But then it's like, well, why can't you? Somebody, whatever it is you want to do, somebody does it. So why can't you go and do it?
No, exactly.
Put the effort in.
There's absolutely no excuses as to why someone can't do anything. No, yeah, I've seen some of the things you see on social media now. There was a female pilot. Right, I need to get this right. A female pilot with no hands, no arms.
Really?
And I was like, that is insane. And you're like, you know what, there's no excuse. Like, you look at that and I'm like, right, okay, I need to stop moaning. Like, just get on with it. Like, if they can do that, like, wow. So yeah, exactly. I think the way you believe in yourself definitely will have a massive effect on how you go about everything, not just your business, but how you go about life, how you go about how you feel as a person.
Oh, definitely, without a doubt. Yeah, like I said, I've been doing a lot of like personal development, and it helps you in all aspects of your life, like just work, running your business, just like relationships, being a mum, with your friends, just everything. If you're working on things like that, it just makes you in a better place, doesn't it?
Happy person, happy life, happy business, everything. It just all falls in one together, doesn't it? Because if the person who's doing it all isn't feeling happy and feeling good, then the rest of it isn't.
Yeah, exactly. And that was another reason why I thought, you know what, I need to cut down on weddings. Not because I don't love them, I absolutely love them, but I was like, if I do less, I'm more present and I'm a better person. I won't be burnt out, and I'm putting my absolute all into it. Whereas I think there was moments where I was a bit like, oh my God, I'm knackered. I can't do this. Like, do you know what I mean?
You can only do so much, can you?
Yeah, and that's when like anxiety creeps in and all that, like, that inner voice of saying, oh, and you start being unkind to yourself.
So be kind to oneself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for today, love. And I really do hope, like, and I'm sure it will be, but that you have a very nice, relaxing hypnobirth labour.
I'll keep you updated.
No, you need to. But where can people get in touch or find out more about what you do? What are you on your socials? So
I've got two Instagrams. So I've got Becca_Hunton_bridal. And then this one's quite a new one, actually. I've just set up, but it's more about my health and wellness brand. But it's Becca Hunton _. So yeah, Instagram's like my main social. I've got a Facebook page as well, which is Becca Hunton Hair and Makeup, and my website's just beccahunton.com. So yeah, it's pretty easy to find.
Well, good luck with everything, love, and keep me updated.
Thank you.
Okay, but thanks very much for your time, love.
Thanks so much. Bye.
You have been listening to the Money Making Mothers podcast with Carla Edwards. If you have enjoyed the show, then leave a 5-star review on iTunes. Make sure to tune in next time, and don't forget, you can have it all.